Hello friends, I am back with one important topic, angle modulation. In previous lecture, I have covered amplitude modulation and I have taken 4 to 6 examples from amplitude modulation that are asked in GATE previous year exams. So first of all, let's see what is angle modulation. Angle modulation can be divided into two types, frequency modulation and phase modulation. In frequency modulation, frequency of carrier wave is varied with baseband signal or modulating signal, and in phase modulation, phase of carrier wave is varied with baseband signal or modulating signal or message signal. So angle modulated signal can be represented by general expression u of t is equal to AC cos of omega ct plus theta, where AC is the amplitude of carrier wave, omega c is angular frequency of carrier wave in radian per second, and theta is phase. Instantaneous frequency Fi is equal to 1 upon 2 pi d by dt of theta t. Now phase modulation. Phase modulation can be expressed as S of t is equal to AC cos of omega ct plus kp m of t, where this AC is amplitude of carrier signal, omega c is angular frequency of carrier signal in radian per second, kp is phase sensitivity constant, and m of t is our message signal or modulating signal. Then instantaneous phase is phi I is equal to this term in bracket omega ct plus kp m of t is our instantaneous phase. To find instantaneous frequency, we will differentiate phi I, that is instantaneous phase, with respect to t. So omega I is equal to d phi I by dt is equal to omega c plus kp d by dt of m of t. As kp is constant, it will come outside of the differentiation. Then phase deviation is delta phi is equal to kp m of t directly. Frequency deviation is delta omega is equal to kp d by dt of m of t. And deviation ratio beta p is kp d by dt of m of t maximum divided by omega m. Next is frequency modulation. In frequency modulation, S of t is equal to AC cos of omega ct plus kf integral m of t dt, where AC is the amplitude of carrier signal, omega c is angular frequency of carrier signal in radian per second, kf is frequency sensitivity constant, or we can see as sensitivity constant for frequency modulation, and integral m of t means we are integrating here modulating signal or message signal. Then instantaneous phase is nothing but this bracket omega ct plus kf integral m of t dt. Instantaneous frequency can be found out by differentiating instantaneous phase omega I is equal to d by dt of phi I. If we differentiate whole term with respect to t, we will get omega c plus kf differentiation of integral of m of t. And integral and differentiation are opposite operations, so they will get cancelled out and we will get omega c plus kf m of t. Then phase deviation delta phi is directly here kf integral m of t dt, and frequency deviation is delta omega is equal to, again differentiate this phase deviation, that is delta omega is equal to delta phi by dt, that is kf d by dt of integral m of t dt. Integral of d by dt of integral is again cancelled out and we will get delta omega is equal to kf m of t. Then power content of angle modulated signal is pt is equal to ac square by 2 summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity jn square of beta, where jn square of beta is representing Bessel function. This Bessel function value for various values of beta, that is our modulation index of either FM or PM wave, are already given in the question. Because this Jn of beta values we don't know, so in question they will be given. Here AC square by 2 is our carrier power PC, and summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity Jn square of beta, where this is Bessel function part. Then Carson's rule. To find bandwidth of frequency modulated and phase modulated signal, we will use Carson's rule. Carson's rule states that at least 98% of power is content in the FM or PM signal, that is modulated form. So bandwidth is equal to 2 beta plus 1 FM. Here beta can be of PM, that is beta P, or FM, that is beta F, and FM is, this FM is frequency of modulating signal or message signal. This can also be represented as 2 beta plus 1 FM or 2 delta F plus FM, where delta F is maximum frequency deviation and FM is frequency of modulating signal. So Carson's rule can be stated by two formulas, 2 beta plus 1 FM and 2 delta F plus FM. Now we will approach to some questions that are asked in GATE previous year. First question is, a signal x of t is equal to 2 cos of pi into 10 raised to 4 t applied to frequency modulated signal with sensitivity constant 10 kHz per volt. Modulation index of FM wave is what? This question is asked in GATE EC 1989. Here x of t is equal to 2 cos of pi into 10 raised to 4 t. So here, and sensitivity constant is 10 kHz per volt. So Kf is given, Kf is 10 kHz per volt. AC is given, AM is given, as here the signal is modulating signal. So AM is given, AM is equal to 2 AM cos of omega mt. Omega m is pi into 10 raised to 4. So omega m is equal to pi into 10 raised to 4. Just find FM. FM is equal to omega m divided by 2 pi. So it will be 1 by 2 into 10 raised to 4. 1 by 2 into 10 raised to 4. Now modulation index of FM wave is given by beta is equal to Kf AM divided by FM. This is generalized formula. Beta is equal to Kf AM divided by FM. Now just put the values, 10 into 10 raised to 3 into 2 divided by 1 by 2 into 10 raised to 4. So now this 10 raised to 4 and this 10 into 10 raised to 3 will get cancelled out. 2 divided by 1 by 2 is 2 into 2, that is 4. So here modulation index of FM wave is beta is equal to 4. The next question is, 10 MHz carrier is frequency modulated by a sinusoidal signal of 500 Hz. Maximum frequency deviation is 50 kHz. Bandwidth of frequency modulated signal using Carson's rule is what? This question is asked in GATE EC 1994. Here FC is given, FM by sinusoidal signal 500 Hz means FM is given, FM is 500 Hz, and maximum frequency deviation delta F is given 50 kHz. Now using Carson's rule, bandwidth is equal to 2 delta F plus FM. 2 into bracket 50 kHz plus 500 Hz. This 500 Hz I can write as 0.5 kHz. So 2 into 50 plus 0.5 is 50.5 kHz. So it will be 101 kHz. So our bandwidth will be 101 kHz. Next question is, an FM signal with modulation index 9 applied to frequency tripler. Modulation index of the output is what? Now the important property of multiplier. Here tripler, so here n is equal to 3. But if we apply FC, FM, delta F and beta, then at the output, after multiplying this with into n, that is multiplier, at output we will receive FM as it is, FC as n FC, delta F as n delta F and beta as n beta. Now here frequency tripler is given, so n is equal to 3 and modulation index beta is given. Here beta is equal to 9 and at output we will receive n beta, that is 3 into 9, 27. So our final beta, that is modulation index at output, is 27. Next question is, angle modulated signal S of t is equal to cos of 2 pi 2 into 10 raised to 6 t plus 30 cos 150 t plus 40 cos 150 t. The maximum frequency and phase deviations are what? This question is asked in GATE EC 2002. First of all, here angle modulated signal is given. I will write the maximum frequency deviation and phase deviation. To find maximum frequency deviation, here Fi is equal to Fc plus, this is Fc, 2 into 10 raised to 6, d by dt of this term 30 cos of 150t plus 40 cos of 150t, that is 30 into 150 cos of 150t plus 40 into 150 cos of 150t as it is, and maximum frequency is Fi minus Fc. So just take amplitude, magnitude 30 into 150 bracket square plus 40 into 150 bracket square will be equal to 7500, that is 7.5 kilohertz. What we have did here maximum frequency is asked, and to find maximum frequency we will first note down omega I. Here omega I is 2 into 10 raised to 6t plus 30 cos of 150t plus 40 cos of 150t, and to find its instantaneous frequency, that is instantaneous frequency Fi, we will differentiate phi I, that is this whole bracket term. So differentiation of this will result into these terms, and take its magnitude, because maximum frequency is given as Fi minus Fc. So here 7.5 kilohertz is maximum frequency deviation. And to find maximum phase deviation, delta phi is only this term 30 cos of 150t plus 40 cos of 150t. Now delta phi is equal to square root of 2 pi bracket square 30 square plus 40 square. So it will be 30 square plus 40 square into, it will be 100 pi radian. Delta phi is equal to 100 pi radian. As for angle modulated signal, maximum phase deviation is given as kpm of t. Delta phi is equal to kpm of t. Just that formula I have applied here. Now the next question is angle modulated signal S of t is equal to 6 cos of 2 pi into 10 raised to 6t plus 2 sin of 8000 pi t plus 4 cos of 18,000 pi t volts. What is average power of x of t? This question is asked in GATE EC 2010. We know total power content of the angle modulated signal is AC square by 2 summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity Jn square of beta. But here even if we find the value of beta, the information about Bessel function is not given, so we will directly apply formula Pt is equal to AC square by 2. Here AC is 6, that is amplitude of carrier signal, so 6 square by 2, that is 36 divided by 2 is 18 watts. So total power content of this angle modulated signal is Pt is equal to 18 watts. Next question is a modulating signal x of t is equal to 5 sine of 4 pi into 10 raised to 3t minus 10 pi cos of 2 pi into 10 raised to 3t volt is fed to phase modulator with phase deviation constant Kp is equal to 5 radian per volts. If Fc is 20 kilohertz, that is carrier frequency, find instantaneous frequency at 0.5 millisecond in kilohertz. This question is asked in GATE EC 2017. First of all, I will write given data. Here Kp is equal to 5 radian per volt, Fc is equal to 20 kilohertz, and x of t is equal to 5 sine of 4 pi into 10 raised to 3t minus 10 pi cos of 2 pi into 10 raised to 3t volts. Now here frequency deviation delta f, first we will find. Frequency deviation delta f of the phase modulated signal is given by Kp divided by 2 pi d by dt of m of t, where m of t is modulating signal. Here modulating signal is x of t, so we can also write it as kp divided by 2 pi d by dt of x of t. Now here kp is 5 divided by 2 pi d by dt of 5 sine of 4 pi into 10 raised to 3t minus 10 pi cos of 2 pi into 10 raised to 3t. Differentiating with respect to t, we will get 5 divided by 2 pi. This 5 will get outside. Derivative of sine is cos. So cos of 4 pi into 10 raised to 3t minus 10 pi cos of 2 pi into 10 raised to 3t into 4 pi into 10 raised to 3 minus 10 pi into this 2 pi into 10 raised to 3. Derivative of cos is sine, so this term will become plus sine of 2 pi into 10 raised to 3 t. Now again solving this, we will get at t is equal to 0.5 millisecond. At t is equal to 0.5 millisecond, that is 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3. This expression will become 5 into 5, that is 25 upon 2 pi cos of 4 pi into 10 raised to 3 into 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 minus 10 pi cos of 2 pi into 10 raised to 3 into 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3. Just we have to put t is equal to 0.5 millisecond at every place into 4 pi into 10 raised to 3 plus 10 pi into 2 pi into 10 raised to 3 into sine of 2 pi into 10 raised to 3 into 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3. As we know, this 2 pi into 10 raised to 3 and 0.5 into 2 is 1, and 10 raised to 3, 10 raised to minus 3 will get cancelled out, and this will be cos of pi. Cos of pi is minus 1, cos 180 is minus 1, and here 4 into 0.5 is 2, that is 2 pi. This will become 10 raised to 3, 10 raised to minus 3 will get cancelled out. 25 divided by 2 pi cos of 2 pi plus 10 pi, and in this term 4 pi into 10 raised to 3 as it is, and sine of 2 pi into 10 raised to 3 into 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3. This 10 raised to 3, this 10 raised to minus 3 will get cancelled out, and this 2 into 0.5 is 1, and sine of 180 is 0. So this whole term will become 0 plus 0. Now again solving this. (25) divided by 2 pi cos of 12 pi 4 pi into 10 raised to 3. 25 into 4 pi into 10 raised to 3 divided by 2 pi cos of 12 pi. Now we know that cos of 2 pi is 1. Cos of 2 pi is 1. So cos of 12 pi will be 1 also, because the cos of pi is minus 1, but cos of 2 pi is plus 1. And here even multiple of pi is given, that is 12 pi. So cos of 12 into pi will be 1 only. Just put the value, this 2 pi, this 2, 50 into 10 raised to 3 will be our delta F. Now we have asked here what is instantaneous frequency. To find instantaneous frequency, the formula is delta F can also be written as Fi minus Fc, that is instantaneous frequency minus carrier frequency is equal to maximum deviation. So Fi is equal to delta F plus Fc, but here carrier frequency Fc is equal to 20 kHz already given, and delta F we have find out as 50 into 10 raised to 3. So 50 into 10 raised to 3 plus 20 into 10 raised to 3. Total is 70 into 10 raised to 3, that is 70 kilohertz. Our final answer is 70 kilohertz. So these are some questions that are asked in previous year GATE exam from angle modulation topic. I will take one more important topic like communication, that is noise in AM and FM, then BPSK, QPSK. So please stay tuned, and if you find this video very useful, then subscribe my channel.